what if the future wasn't about building bigger, but building smarter and stronger from the inside out? In the sun-drenched landscapes of Baja California Sur, some small communities are writing a whole new story. It's one of resilience, heritage, and, well, self-reliance. And today, we're going to take a look at the blueprint they're creating.
You're looking at something special here. This isn't just a house. It's a testament to survival, to wisdom, built right from the earth itself. We're in a place where this super deep-rooted past is meeting the pressures of the modern world. And our focus today? One small town, Agua Amarga.
So this really gets to the heart of it, right? How can a small town build its own future by blending that ancient wisdom with modern tools? How does a community like Agua Amarga take centuries of knowledge and combine it with today's tech to create a future that is truly, truly its own?
All right, to answer that, we first really need to understand the stakes. Because right now, Agua Amarga is standing at a crossroads, a really critical turning point.
So, get this. With only about 600 residents, the town is caught in this classic squeeze. On one side, you've got the pull of big tourism development, from places like nearby Punta Arenas. And on the other side, the very real threats of resource scarcity and just the challenge of preserving a way of life that sustained this community for generations.
But here's the interesting part. To find the path forward, they're not just looking ahead. No, they're deliberately looking back to the surprisingly durable wisdom of their ancestors.
Okay, this is absolutely incredible. Look at this. This isn't some ruin you'd see in a museum. It's a working piece of infrastructure. It's nearly 400 years old. This irrigation canal, built way back in the Mission era, is basically a masterclass in long-term thinking and using local materials to build something that lasts for centuries. And that resilience, it's everywhere you look. See this ancient olive tree? It was planted centuries ago at the San Javier Mission. It's so much more than just a plant. It's a living, breathing symbol of endurance. Its roots run just as deep as the culture here. So you might be asking, what was their secret? Well, one key ingredient was this material right here, tizantal. It's a local volcanic rock. And the Jesuit missionaries who built these structures, they knew it was lightweight, durable, and even earthquake-resistant. They were literally engineering for centuries, not just for a few years, all using what the land itself provided. Okay, so how do you build on that kind of rock-solid foundation from the past? Easy. You combine it with the innovative solutions of the present. And what's amazing is the principles are remarkably similar, just with updated tech, right? The Jesuits, they focused on local materials and self-sufficiency. Today, Agua Amarga is embracing that exact same spirit, but with things like small-scale solar power and modular systems that the community can actually maintain themselves. It is all about independence. And this chart, it just makes the benefits crystal clear. The traditional isolated grid is super risky, think frequent brownouts in the summer. But a decentralized solar approach, that means way more reliability. And it also protects the local fisheries from the harmful brine discharge you get from those huge desalination plants. It's a total win-win for the local economy and the environment. Of course, this isn't just about tech and infrastructure. It's about people. It's about a fundamental shift in how the community sees its role in the world. And this right here, this is the core of that change. It's a massive shift in mindset, moving from an economy that just takes from the environment to one that actively protects and preserves it. And here's a fantastic real-world example of what that looks like. The fishermen of Agua Amarga and nearby Ensenada de Muertos, they were once known as the most skilled shark fishermen in the entire region. But overfishing happened, and the industry collapsed. Now, instead of just giving up, they pivoted. They're now using their incredible, decades-deep knowledge of the sea to guide what they call scientific tourism trips. They've literally gone from being extractors to guardians. And listen, this isn't just some feel-good local story. As the World Bank points out, this model actually works globally. It proves that you can protect the environment, include everyone in the community, and still be profitable. It's a seriously powerful combination that creates lasting value. All right, another key piece of this whole resilience puzzle is tackling waste. But they're not just throwing it away. No, they're seeing it as a valuable resource. The Cero Basura, or zero waste, plan is just brilliantly simple. First up, they have a refill revolution with public water stations to fight that single-use plastic bottle problem. Smart. Second, they're training restaurants to separate their waste at the source. And third,
And this is the cool part, they're creating an organic loop where all the food scraps and cardboard are diverted to a community compost farm. They're literally turning trash into black gold for the soil. Okay, check out this number, 55,000. I mean, what could that possibly represent in a town of just 600 people? Any guesses? That's it. 55,000 liters of water saved per year by a single family, all just by switching to a dry composting toilet. You know, in a dry region where water is absolutely everything, this one simple change is revolutionary. It's the perfect example of a small-scale solution having a massive, massive impact.
So let's pull it all together. What does this integrated blueprint for a resilient future actually look like when you put all the pieces in place? Well, it's built on 4 interconnected pillars. First, you've got cultural identity, the arts and heritage that really act as the social glue. Then you have the decentralized infrastructure, like solar and water systems, that build true self-sufficiency. Third is the circular economy that turns waste into a resource. And finally, you've got the protective economy, training the next generation to be guardians of their home, not just extractors.
And this is why it all matters so much. This isn't just about today, it's about inspiring the next generation. Because when young people see that there's a viable, innovative, and proud future for them, right there in their own community, they stay, they build, they carry on that legacy for years to come.
Which kind of leaves us with this one final thought. The story of Agua Amarga really challenges our whole notion of what development even means. It suggests that maybe, just maybe, real progress isn't about massive projects or endless growth. Maybe it's about strengthening the bonds, the resources, and the wisdom that a community already has, deep inside.